I was asking the Lord for prophetic dreams and visions, and that just being for the Lord to show me something that I can share with somebody else to help get them get closer to Him. And I had this dream about a guy who I had seen at my gym, but I had never met him before. And in this dream, there was, crazy specific detail into what was going on in this guy's life, and there were people surrounding. It was a whole situation, a lot of detail that I won't get into, but in this dream I was preaching the gospel, and it was passionate. I had tears in my eyes, and I was preaching about the cross of Jesus and how He brings us freedom. And so then in the end of this dream, I see this guy who I recognize, and then the dream's done. And so the next day I go to my gym, and I see the guy who I saw in my dream, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go share this with him, because this could help him draw closer to Jesus. So I walk up to him, and I'm like, hey bro, like, what's your name? And I'm like, and he's like, Junio, and he has his name, and I'm like, okay. And then I go to share with him, and he doesn't speak English. I'm like, oh no, and he's like, no English. And so I was just gonna type it into Google Translate, but he said, no, I have a friend. And he got his friend, and his friend actually ended up interpreting this dream. So I described it to his friend, and then his friend said it to him, and I also typed it into Google Translate and sent it to him. And when he responded, it actually, everything in the dream ended up being accurate, something that he had went through, and it really resonated with him and touched him, helped him to draw closer to Jesus. So that was something that was super cool, and then super encouraging also, just to know that me as a believer, and all of us as believers, having the Spirit of God in us, we can ask the Lord to reveal things to us, and then if we're faithful to share, it can really help others draw closer to Him too. So I encourage you, ask the Lord to give you things to share with others to help them draw closer to Jesus, because it can really change their life.